Hello and welcome to a Unreal Engine 4 QuickDev demonstration video. Like my previous videos, I keep expanding upon two systems. I have my inventory system and a power supply system. Now, this video is no exception to that. The only difference is I'm using my voice to better explain what is happening. So in this example, my latest expansion is a power drill, a battery, and some hardware that the drill can interact with. Now, unlike before where I had these cables that just had an unlimited supply of power from whatever they were plugged into to interact with the world, these have a limited supply of power. There's no cable involved, it's plugged directly into the appliance. And it needs to charge, and these will drain the charge from the battery. This power drill's model is very basic, but it has a slot here for that battery. Without a battery, the drill will notice that there's no battery and simply won't be able to function. It won't be able to spin clockwise or anti-clockwise, which this button here toggles that, which means it won't be able to interact with the hardware here in the world. The battery doesn't modify its own charge at all. Other objects in the world simulate, much like real life, would drain or charge the battery. The battery cannot charge itself. It cannot really drain itself either. So when the battery is placed on the charging station will add charge to the battery. The battery is placed on the drill and the drill is in use. The drill will drain power from the battery. But again, if the battery is dead or there's no charge, this drill won't work. Our hardware, though, is built with a lot of factors in mind, although very simple. It takes into account its height, how long the screw is, and it's able to calculate that on its own to figure out how far it needs to travel before it's removed from whatever it's screwed into. So this large screw down here, that's much larger than this screw, for example, will still go out until it meets that need to be able to remove itself. It has a variable called linked actor. What this does is it allows you to form a physics constraint with whatever object it is constrained with. So for example, these two screws are constraining this key card to the wall, which means this key card that would normally have physics and fall to the floor won't be able to because the screws are in the way. When a screw is completely removed, it enables its physics and also breaks those constraints, which will allow the key card to become free. Now, because the key card is constrained by two screws, when the first one is removed, the physics will try to make it fall, but the second screw will still be constraining it, which will create a swinging motion. And to better demonstrate all of this happening, I need to enter virtual reality. But one more thing that I'd like to mention is that I will be adding a few extra features later on, such as, specific drill bits for the screw so that it can't interact with a screw that doesn't quite fit, because having it work on both of these is a little unrealistic. And the ability to pick the screws up once they're fully removed and be able to screw them into the wall again and reconstrain with any random object that you decide you want to screw into a wall for your own amusement, right? So those two things are intended to be added for this, but for now I need to go into virtual reality to better demonstrate what is happening here. So it'll be just a second. There we go, and I need to put on the headset. This is being done with the Quest 2, not that it really matters, this would work with just about anything. So starting out, I'm going to go ahead and grab my drill. I'm trying to make it work, I'm pulling the trigger, but nothing seems to be happening. I'm not getting any spinning, I'm not getting any form of results. If I try and use it on the hardware, it seems to be getting me nowhere. But I could just be doing it the wrong way, so let's go ahead and change it. Still nothing, so that's not the problem. Let's attach the battery though. As soon as the battery is attached, the drill identifies that and reads its charge level. And from here, because it's green, it rotates clockwise. That would screw something in. If it's red, it'll rotate anti-clockwise and effectively unscrew it. But this drains the battery, and if I allow the battery to drain all the way, you'll see that the drill will cease to function. And with that, I need to throw it on the charger. Now, charging, of course, will take quite a while, but thankfully we do not need to have a full 100%. We just need to take about, let's say 12% is fine for the rest of this. Okay, and now that we're here, we have green to rotate clockwise, which would screw it in, but it's already screwed in, so we're not going to get anywhere with that. We would need to unscrew to get the results that we want. And of course I could say never mind and just go ahead and put that back. But if I remove it entirely, it should enable its physics and no longer be affiliated with anything. And I can remove larger screws, which, as mentioned before, it automatically calculates their heights. Lastly, if I remove these screws to liberate this key card, it starts to swing, and will finally become free. So now I can get this key card, but that's irrelevant because it doesn't do anything in this level. Now, if I throw this on the charger, I can further demonstrate. It only accepts batteries. I can't just use a key card and expect to get some charge off of that. It just doesn't work. So that's how the drill functions. I can use the drill, put it away on my belt here, and I can actually grab the battery and attach it to the drill, put the drill away. And if I wanted to, I could just take the battery off. That's by choice, by design choice. I could always change it so that they're held in place. But I find it pretty convenient to be able to just keep the drill on my belt and remove the battery. And that about summarizes it. I know I planned to make a nail gun soon. But yeah, very simple. Didn't take me long to do any of this. And everything here is communicating with each other. None of this is level blueprint. These can be used anywhere at any time, any level, any place. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below and I'd be happy to answer them. And I'll be making a follow-up video later adding the extra features for the hardware as well as extra tools as well. Thank you very much for watching and I'll see you in the next video.